I come from COSTECH, Exactal Software. We're an Australian-based company who work with quantity surveyors and contractors to work with models and drawings to get BIM information out. We've been around since the mid-2000s, working predominantly in Australia, but going around the world. For us, COSTECH and BIM are intertwined. Where we have other products on the market, which are sort of 2D takeoff and estimating products with a bit of 3D and BIM chucked onto the top, we have been developed as a 3D BIM solution from the ground upwards. This map shows where we are in the world. Over 40 countries. This morning we found out that a user in the Philippines has started using the software as well. The blue dots indicate where our offices are. So we're big in New Zealand and Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and then down in London we have an office and one up in Newcastle. Some of our users, these are sort of the user base, well, some of the users from the UK, and I know there's some people here who are actually using the software, and some people who are actually looking at it. In Australia, 9 out of 10 software suppliers, 9 out of 10 quantity surveyors use COSTECH software. It's the de facto standard. In the UK, universities using COSTECH and teaching COSTECH. In Australia and Hong Kong and Singapore, it's taught in all the universities. We're very keen on helping universities teach quantity surveyors, the next generation of quantity surveyors that are coming through. So it's very important they get their hands on the good quality information and software. A quick overview of the COSTECH system. We have a dimension view where the drawings and information is brought in from a multiple sources. Pretty much any source from around the world we can take information into COSTECH. We have a dimension view which is live linked to our cost plan and an estimates and bill of quantities. That's too fast, crikey. IFC compatible, yes, one of the things that's been brought up many times today is about the compatibility with IFC files. We've been IFC compatible for quite a while. As it's been mentioned by other people, it's not perfect yet, but we're well on the way to getting it right. Here's a model which has been brought in through an IFC file. From down here you can see the drawings which have been brought in to put this model together. The model itself, which if you look at it as a whole is quite confusing. On the left here we have some dimension groups ready for numbers and count to be taken in. What we can do with our software is we can break it down though, and we can break down the model so you can actually see more information. So you might not want to see the model as a whole, you might want to see certain parts of it. So what we can do is we can take out the parts that you don't want to see, so you're just concentrating on the right bits, so you're not making mistakes. Any information which you're taking counts from can be taken away as well. So here we're looking at parts of the structure. Everything else has been made transparent, so it's still there. So you can still see where it is in relation to the rest of the building, but you are only working with the bits that you want to take the measurements from or the counts from. Ribbon toolbar as well for Microsoft 2000. It's the sort of de facto standard for usability. Here we can see the model map which has been brought through. We can bring through the BIM information, but we can also put a model map together where you can pull together the properties that you want for the information that you want to put together for certain reports. So here we can bring together the different information, and this will give us different levels of information depending on what you want to see. So as a QS or as somebody who needs to put reports together, we're making sure we're getting the right information, but we're bringing through the properties as well to make sure that the reports which are going out are relevant to the information. Here again we can see the object properties. The amount of and the number of properties that are associated to BIM models and BIM objects is going to grow. There are many at the moment. There are going to be more. It's all about taking that information and simplifying it. Here we can see a quick revision. So we've had 2 revisions of a drawing come through. The BIM information has been brought into the system. Now the top one, it shows both of them. It shows the before and after. Down here we can actually say, right, I just want to see what's new and what's old and what's changed in the document. So we can see, too fast again. Here we have our workbook side. Now these are live linked through to your drawings. So we can link these up with our schedule of rates or a rate table or NRM 1, 2, 3, SSM 7, so that we can actually put bill of quantities together. Our reports, we have two levels of reports. We have the standard report functionality, which you would expect for any system to bring out. But we also have a custom report writer with the ability to take any information from the system and sort of regurgitate it in the way that you want it, so that you can then present it to your clients. So it's more sort of acceptable. As I mentioned before, when we're looking at as a user working with COSTECH, you're not just using 3D drawings. As people have mentioned before and today, when you get the information through, it's not all 3D drawings. You might have 2D in there as well. You might want to use the 2D drawings, so you can use both. IFC 4, well, IFC compatibility came out last year for us, and we're really happy with it. We've got a new version of COSTECH coming out imminently. It's going to have better usability and more functionality with the system. We're big on this. It's the evolution of estimating. It's not, it's not a shuttle bus through everything. Case studies. I'd implore you to speak to anybody who you know in other countries who are using BIM software or using COSTECH or doing BIM projects, because some of them are actually ahead of us in little ways. So take a trip out to Australia and go and visit some of these people. I can send you the names of people who you can speak to.
Anyway, the air tickets as well.
We can talk about that. Yeah, it's a conversation to be had later. So that's it for me.